How's that for a greeting to the Konza Prairie Biological Station on the outskirts of Manhattan, Kansas, home to Kansas State University, and a big family group of turkeys walking by. I have literally just been dropped off here at the Konza Prairie. I mean, I can still hear my Uber driver's tire tracks on the gravel heading back to the main road, and I heard a little warble behind me as I was looking at some of the information here at the parking lot sort of kiosk for the hiking trails, and lo and behold, about 15 turkeys went right past me. Okay, we are in eastern Kansas today, the Konza Prairie Biological Station. This is in the Flint Hills of Kansas. That's right, hills of Kansas. You can see this is not totally flat farmland. These are the Flint Hills, and I am about to go into a remnant of tallgrass prairie, perhaps the most endangered ecological type in North America. The tallgrass prairie has been chewed up by agriculture and development, but at one time there would have been millions of acres of it surrounding Manhattan, Kansas. And think sort of the Flint Hills are eastern Kansas. The tallgrass prairie at its height prior to European contact in North America would have run along that line. Think about the US-Canada border, and then the line between Minnesota and the Dakotas, Iowa and Nebraska, Missouri and Kansas, then down towards eastern Oklahoma. There would have been much more prairie, generally speaking, but specifically talking about tallgrass prairie. And the tallgrass is that big blue stem, and you can see these grasses here, 6-8 feet tall. West of here would have been sort of like a medium grass prairie, and then over towards the Front Range as you're getting to Colorado, that would have been short grass prairie. Now, all of that prairie was 10,000 square miles. Again, you're talking about a area from the Front Range of Colorado, nearly, all the way over to Illinois. Illinois was almost entirely tallgrass prairie. Present-day Iowa, almost entirely tallgrass prairie. But the prairie ecosystems, the grasslands, would have stretched all the way down to the Texas Hill Country, near Austin and San Antonio, up north past the present-day US-Canada border, and that would have been, again, 10,000 square miles of grass and birds and butterflies and crickets. There's something like 100 different species of grasshoppers and crickets just here in the Flint Hills. Amazing biodiversity. The Flint Hills here in eastern Kansas, the tallgrass prairie, something like 1 out of every 40 plant species in the world can be found here. And then again, way back in the day, 1700s, 1600s, early 1800s, it's starting to go away to encroachment, especially the eastern sections of the tallgrass prairie, which pieces would have gone all the way over to central Ohio. You know, it's getting chipped away by European settler colonials. But you would have had bison and elk and pronghorn and white-tailed deer and cougar and badger and fox and coyote and, goodness gracious, a biodiversity of large mammals like that you could scarcely imagine. I've never been to legitimate tallgrass prairie before, and this is a virgin remnant of it. This section here at Konza Prairie Biological Station, you can see through there is a plowed field. In the foreground, you're like, well, what is this forest doing here? Well, there's a stream down there, and something's rustling around back there, probably just a rabbit. Where the stream is, would have seen these hardwoods grow. These are oak of some variety, along with other hardwoods. The Flint Hills are unique in that their soil is rockier, and then obviously, and you can see the peaks, I'll call it a peaks. It's not like we're talking, you know, the Grand Tetons or anything over there, but this is hilly, and the rockiness of this soil and the hilliness of it made it disadvantageous for farming, agriculture, crops. Anyway, so this section has never been plowed. This is legit remnant, original tallgrass prairie, an amazing survivor. There are about 7,700 acres here. I think it's a co-management, co-owned between Kansas State University. Here's the creek bed, which is dry now, and then you can see all the hardwoods around it. Sounded like a woodpecker going over, sounded like a pileated woodpecker going over. So this has never been plowed. It's never had settler colonial plows through it. It's never grown crops because it is rocky and hilly. And if I tilt up here, there's the adjacent property, and you can see that's a farm, and that's got cattle on it, and it has obviously been under use for agriculture in a long, for centuries, I would imagine. But right here at this Konza Prairie Biological Station, that has not been the case. Okay, getting back, co-owned by the Nature Conservancy and Kansas State University. It's a research and recreation site. There's obviously this very well-maintained gravel trail that comes through here. I'm here on a brisk fall morning. It's 50 degrees, October 11th, I want to say, 2024. And for a native plant nerd like myself, for a nature lover like myself, this is a real special opportunity. There again, you can see the relief. You can see that the Flint Hills are indeed hills. And I wonder if that's my eyesight is so bad. Those might be deer. and not cattle over there. Let me put my glasses on. Actually, what are those things in that field over there? Let me try and zoom in. It might be more turkeys. Apologize for the terrible camera work here. Yeah, I think you can barely see them in the video, but yeah, I think those are more turkeys. And that's some demonstration of how bad my eyesight has gotten. Working on the computer as a freelance writer, I can't tell the difference between a cow and a turkey at 150 yards. Anyways, we're moving on here, and like I said at the beginning, I have just stepped foot here for the first time when I saw the turkeys and thought, well, that'd be a fun thing to film, and I'm just talking off the top of my head here. So this Konza Prairie is open to visitors pretty much sun up to sundown, year round. It's free. There's a suggested donation of a couple of bucks. Again, here we got some more oak trees. I can tell by the leaves. Got some probably eastern red cedar in there. So what people think of as Kansas, I'm guessing surely isn't this. It was not for me. And again, this is eastern Kansas. Western Kansas is going to be much flatter. These Flint Hills receive more rain. The tallgrass prairie receives more rain. That's what allows it to get taller than the medium grass prairie west of here, and the short grass prairie even further west. The less rain, the lower the grasses. We've got a little suspension kind of a bridge here, and this is exciting. Well, I won't take any more of your time here. We see some water running through this creek, and squirrel going down the bank there. About 10 minutes drive from Manhattan, Kansas. If you are ever in the area and you are into native plants or nature, ecology, boy, head on out to the Konza Prairie Biological Station, and you'll be glad you did. And I am very excited to get on with the rest of my walk. They've got a number of walks out here, loops. You can go out 2 miles, 4 miles, 6 miles, so you could easily spend half a day here roaming around, especially if you're a birder and you've got your binoculars and you're interested in the plants and you're stopping to look at anything. It'd be a great time, be a great day, and that's what I'm going to do right now.